rely on Christ for everything. The second thing that Paul tells us is that, this is in verse 13, it says, no temptation, no sin at all, none whatsoever, has seized you except what is common to man. And basically what that means is there ain't nothing new under the sun. The thing that you struggle with now is the things that people in the Bible days and before that struggled with. So there is no new sin. It might come in a different package, but it's the same sin. And so that's actually a good thing to realize, oh, I am not the only one. This is common, because that's a big lie that the enemy tries to tell you, is you're the only one that deals with that. And then if you continue to read on in verse 13, it says, and God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. So let's read this in context. No temptation has seized you except what is common to man, and God is faithful. Right in the middle of temptation, the Bible says God is faithful. Yeah, but I struggle with this thing that nobody knows about. God is faithful. Yeah, I've been doing it for 20 years. God is faithful. He is not going to let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. If you'll give it to God, He will be faithful. God is faithful. It's when we keep it and we hang on to it and we don't let God help us deal with this that we can't be overcomers. And God is faithful. Right there in the middle of 1 Corinthians 10, it says God is faithful. And it also says He won't let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. He's not going to let you go so far that He's not going to help you. And then the very next part of this verse tells us how. How is He going to help us? It says, but when you are tempted, He, meaning God, He will provide a way out so that you can stand up under it. So God, the Bible says that God is not going to give us more than we can handle, but He's going to give us a way out. And so think about the thing that you struggle with, whatever it is. Think about when you are about to commit that sin, does something happen? You have like a thought in your mind, oh, I probably shouldn't do that. Or somebody calls you, or somebody knocks on your dorm or your room door, or a cat jumps and something falls, anything like that. Those are ways of escape. Or just anything. Your phone starts ringing. Your phone starts texting. Those are all ways of escape. God is trying to get your attention and to say, stop. It's not too late to stop, but you got to stop. When you ignore those, that is when you're falling into temptation. That when you ignore the way of escape, it's kind of like being shut up in a jail, locked up in a jail, and knowing that you can get out. You have the way of escape. You know the pathway out, but you don't take the way of escape. So what good is it to know the way of escape if you don't take the way out? So God is telling us He's going to provide us a way out of our sin. He's going to provide a way out of the thing that we continue to fall in, the thing that we trip up with. But we have to take it. And the way that we take it is we keep our mind focused, first of all. We get our mind and our heart in the Word, and we listen to what God is telling us in the Word. It all goes back to keeping God first. What are the things that are needed to keep God first in your life? And that is how you can overcome temptation. You can't do it by willpower. It's not going to work. You have to do it by the strength of God. In Revelation, it says, towards the end of the book, it says, we, meaning Christians, are overcomers by two things. We can overcome this life by two things. By what Jesus did on the cross, by the blood of the Lamb, basically what Jesus did on the cross, and by the word of our testimony. The more times we testify of the goodness of God, the more we testify of what God has brought us out of, the more that we share with those of us that are close, that are accountability partners with us. This is the thing I struggle with. These are ways of overcoming, because we're getting out into the light the things that Satan wants to keep in the dark. So those are the ways that you can overcome temptation.